This is your biggie. This is like the big derby.
Yeah.
Where the most animosity, the most heat is.
You just sort of feel it, like everywhere you go this week, people are talking about how big of a game it is.
What about you, Tayla? Who's your rival?
But whoever's driving in front of me.
Yeah, no, week one was good. I think some of the AFL laws and rule changes that they brought in have seemed to work, asking them to change their wills and if they passed away to leave money to the club. And that pissed a few people on their deathbed off, believe it or not.
Yeah, unfortunately, last night, one run costed it. We have the talent. It's just, matching up on the right night and things going.
I thought Rick farted there.
And there's a guy drilling. Right, welcome to Sportscafe, and it's a big weekend. Roosters v Rabbitohs, the great rivalry, and it's good to see the fans get on so well with each other.
Most hate about Roosters fans?
Everything. I don't know what it is, but the Roosters.
Eastern suburbs scum. That's the way they look.
They're posh idiots and they're going to get pumped tonight. Latrell's going to score 3. Yeah! I hate them!
Everything. Everything. I hate
Absolute dogs.
Yeah. So, it's a bit graphic, that language, wasn't it?
Yes. So the fans get on well, don't they?
Yeah, they do. It's funny, some households will have some that go for South and some go for Roosters. So that'd be interesting.
Oh, mate.
There's players on both sides that have played for both teams, like Latrell and Angus Crichton.
Yeah, it probably adds to the feeling, I reckon.
So what's your week been like?
We only had the one session so far, and sort of a lot of it was review first, first time we'd caught up since losing to the Warriors, and then started to look a little bit towards South. But I don't know, they don't really, the coaches don't need to lean into the rivalry too much. You just sort of feel it, everywhere you go this week, people are talking about, on the streets, how big of a game it is. Some people go for South, whatever. You can just, it's like the whole eastern suburbs lights up. It's pretty cool.
This is your biggie. This is like the big derby.
Yeah.
Where the most animosity, the most heat is. What happens to those players who have played for both? Are they allowed back in over the other side of town?
I don't know. I feel like the fans that from the teams that they left probably resent them even more. But it is funny. It's always big news when someone leaves the Roosters and goes to South or vice versa. Did you have a rivalry like that when you were playing Macca?
Yeah. It was the shiny tracksuits, as we called them, the guys from Christchurch.
Yep.
The Cantabrians. Yeah, we were further south, so they were our big sort of rival. We thought they were a little bit showy.
Yeah, I think
they're that type.
What about you, Tayla? Who's your rival apart from Marcelo?
I don't leave the house much, to be honest. So
I don't leave the house much, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't really. But whoever's driving in front of me.
What about you, Lenny? Have you been involved in any great rivalries?
No, see, in the cricket, because the Big Bash, it's only been around for 15 years, so we haven't quite built that rivalry yet. But I suppose in the state setup, anytime you play New South Wales, like they say, if you play for New South Wales, you get a baggy blue, but then you get a baggy green as well. So all the other states hate that. That pisses you off. So if there is, that's probably it.
In the Big Bash, has the comp always been, taken very seriously by everyone, or has it been? I don't know. I don't want to frame this to come across rude or anything, but
no,
it's a fun competition, right?
Yeah, so it got pronounced as hit and giggle T20 when it first started. So guys like Andrew Johns played for New South Wales. They had one celebrity, another sportsman in the playing 11.
Yeah.
But obviously there's so much at stake now. There's so much cash and there's owners that want to win everything. There's just too much on the line. So that hit and giggle has gone out of the game. But it's like any new tournament or format of any sport, there's always that fun side to it.
So Taylor's not in the studio because she's still recovering from Las Vegas. Is that right, Tayla?
Yeah, I brought home a sickness with me. So I've got the plague, so I'd rather not give that to everyone.
So it's the plague.
Big rivalry for Connor this weekend. I don't want to jeopardise anything,
And Macca, you're in pain because your Vespa fell on top of you.
Put the training wheels on.
Mate, I came around the corner and it was wet, and I'm going forward, and the bike ends up going backwards at the same speed as I was going forward. How do you do that on a two-wheel bike? It was impossible. I was actually surprised at what was happening, and admittedly, I fell off, and I may have a fractured hip.
You didn't tell me that
We'll
when
find out.
I saw you the other day, Macca.
I saw though.
And Lenny, you're
Mate,
not.
it was about 6 weeks ago. I've been running and everything, and then I went to the physio, and now it's just gone so bad I can't even bloody sleep. I'm just staring at the ceiling.
Is that you were saying your knee was sore? So that when you went to the physio after we caught up, is that when you worked out you had a fractured hip?
Mm.
And Lenny's.
You're tough. Geez, you're tough,
Yeah, well,
mate.
he worked that out. I hadn't. I just thought it was. I just thought it was a bit sore.
Lenny's not here because he's been celebrating all night because his horse won the Adelaide Cup.
Yeah, down Adelaide. American Wolf got the job done, which is pretty handy.
Congrats.
Group 2, so the boys were cheering.
American Wolf.
American Wolf, yeah. It was basically a 2-horse race, and it went bang, bang, and then the blokes at the pub went the early crow, so I fired up at them, and then, we got the win. And if it wins again later in the year, we're actually off to the Melbourne Cup. So I actually think, Macca, you should fly over for it.
Oh,
you sure?
Mate,
you want
if you
that?
get to the Melbourne Cup, I'm there. Only been once before with, and Richard Branson was there, and we managed to crash his tent, and can't remember what was said, but it was offensive enough to be thrown out.
Well, I can remember what happened, Macca.
You can't go 100%.
Thrown out of Richard Branson. You got thrown out of Richard Branson's tent, and then you argued about that, so you got thrown out of the whole race course.
That's our Macca.
With all these injuries, sorry, I was going to say, with all these injuries, you got a hiding as well.
Injured or
no? From the Warriors.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Yeah,
Connor, did you go to Macca's place before or after the game?
Nah, after the game. Oh no, it was before, actually. It was before.
That might explain a few things.
Yeah,
so he gave you a bit of a pep
talk. Him a cup of secret coffee.
He said, mate, when you go out there tonight, remember to play like me. I'm a Warriors legend, and I did. I played like him, and it didn't end well.
Yeah. Well, I tell you,
exactly.
One person that was happy was our good friend Churma, bro.
That's what I love most about NRL season, is the sledging. It's funny, but what's not funny is when you've got friends who support loser-ass teams. Okay, overhyped preseason premiers. Some of my friends, believe it or not, support the Broncos, and they're the reigning premiers. Supposed to set a standard. They come out here and get a donut on the opener. Boy, that's a disgrace. It's not in the spirit of the game. Okay? And then you got the Chooks. Geez, where do I start? Sorry, Connor, but I heard so much in the preseason about Daly Cherry Evans this, and shit, if they don't shut up about Teddy already. Get a load of his rig. Get a room. Only to come out and be served to us on a silver platter. We feasted. A lot of people say to me, so I'm a Warriors man, Mark, you're a Warrior and you're a damn fine gentleman. Well, where's your premiership? Fair call. We don't have one. But at least we have self-respect to come out here and honour the game and win games. Okay, guys, just win games. Excuse me.
Obviously not the greatest first game of the season for you guys. How was the review? I mean, you go into the season with all that hope and expectation and all these signings and stuff like that, and then, a result against the Warriors that didn't go your way. How's the mood in the camp, as they say?
It's sweet. We're obviously disappointed, but I think everyone understands that it's the first game of the year and it can't be just doom and gloom in there. Like, we've got another job to do this Friday night, so learn from the lessons. There was some good stuff in the game that we can definitely take with us for the rest of the year, but just our discipline was poor. Our defence, letting in 40 points, was disappointing. But at times we played really good footy and we sort of showed what football team we can be capable of. But yeah, just I thought Rick farted there.
There's a guy drilling.
Bro, that's great.
You go next door.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, honestly,
I thought Rick farted.
You thought I farted?
Anything else?
When it first started.
I thought one of the kids had touched something inappropriate.
That's not my fault. Some guy with a drill outside. We'll just put that out.
Connor, how long does someone like DCE take to
Hold
filter
on,
in?
wait till this stops. Oi! Stop drilling.
It's brilliant. If this is just the most amateur, nonsensical show I think I've ever been a part of.
It was really, really
Why
well
couldn't this
prepared.
happened when we started doing TV when we were about 20.
It's loud.
Where's Whitty when you need him? He'd have sorted it out.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
Seriously, I mean, is this on purpose, Rick?
No. Would I be crying if it was on purpose?
Mate, you can't make that shit up, eh?
Oi! Can you turn that off, please?
Live, laugh, love.
Ah!
Oi!
At least he got some nice music playing too.
I'm going to kill someone. Excuse me.
Oh, it's so bad.
Away you go, Rick.
Hold on, just let me catch my breath before I...
Yeah, well done, mate. You've sorted it.
You know, I get pretty angry. I just need to...
Well, they upstairs. That way you're puffing.
Right, I just think to lighten the mood a little bit, this is probably one of the greatest sporting performances of the week in the highly sort of real sport of semi-professional wrestling. Pizza wrestling.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So he is
You'd
just...
have eaten that, Rick.
Yeah. Don't be scared of a pizza. But, like, he has gone everywhere this week, the pizza wrestler. You know, he twirls it, throws it, knocks people down. He can twirl it with his feet. I thought you'll be really impressed with it.
Mate, the way, do you reckon he's going to make it in the WWE? Or?
Oh, mate, he's popular. He's growing popular. He's got a lot of followers on social media. Yeah. Luigi, his name is.
Well,
You'd enjoy that, Tayla, with your Italian heritage.
You know, but we don't necessarily, you know, we'd like to see people at least getting arms on each other. You know, it's not quite the same as MMA or boxing, but throwing a bloody piece of dough at somebody and knocking them down, it's taking it a bit too far. Is this the one we're voting on, whether it's like
it on the bloke.
a goodie or a baddie?
I thought it was magnificent. You've taken the wind out of my sails, mate. Now, Taylor, you're a big Grand Prix fan.
Are we rating it?
Oh, no. I mean,
Yeah, look, we're
Taylor?
two.
Can I ask Taylor a question, Mark?
No, let's rate it. 2.
All right. Thanks for your 2. All right. Now, Taylor, you're our Grand Prix correspondent. Did you watch the Grand Prix?
I did, actually. It was unreal. Did you guys watch it?
Yeah, I did. And what about Oscar Piastri? Sort of, it's effectively the footy equivalent of tripping over from the changing rooms on the way to the field, crashing on the way to the grid.
And especially in his home Grand Prix, that's so disappointing. I actually felt so sorry for him. But I am happy because I don't like McLaren. So, yeah. Exciting because Audi's in the F1 now, and that's my new team besides Ferrari. I love the Audis. It's a sexy car.
But did you watch it? I mean, it seems like a computer game now where they've got turbo boosts and electric cars. It doesn't, for me, it's not quite the same.
Right, yeah. I still found it very entertaining, but my dad had the exact same viewpoint as you, yeah.
Well, I was just going to say that normally aspirated, you know, fear of and high risk of death, maybe including, you know, people who are watching, patrons at the race course. It was thrill. It was bare knuckle stuff. And these days, the computers and the safety is, you know, it's taken a little bit of the devil may care out of it, Rick. Is that what you're saying?
All I was going to say was the last Grand Prix you watched in 1948.
No, it was about 1972 in Monaco. Yeah.
Fred Flintstone.
All right, then the other big news this week is Zac Lomax going to Rugby Union. Do you mind if I talk? The other big news is Zac Lomax going to Rugby Union. Don't encourage him. Taylor's walked off.
Tayla had something to say, mate. Tayla had something to say,
Yeah.
and you interrupted her.
Thank you,
Right? And what we're
Macla.
doing
Thank you, Macla. I appreciate you.
as gentlemen, we're just being chivalrous and saying, Rick, you can't, the patriarchy is not on. Let the lady have her word. It would be a hell of a lot better than that.
Sorry, Taylor, I didn't realise. Would you like to say something?
It's not that important. I was just going to say, did you guys see all the fans at the F1 take pretty much everything that wasn't nailed down?
No way. No, I didn't.
Well,
yeah, it was mob mentality,
it's
man.
Australia.
Yeah.
It's a sign of the times.
No, because I thought they were going to move the track potentially to Sydney.
I hope so. I'd love a F1 in Sydney. Be amazing.
That'd be unreal.
Yeah, so that's why you can take the stuff because they don't want to, they did it. They ripped up Moonee Valley racecourse and they allowed people to take the fence line.
Holy crap.
So
Right. Okay, fair.
Oh, that's
Cool.
unreal.
So that's how they're going to move it to Sydney. They're just going to get all the fans piece by piece. Great system.
It's cheap.
I would like to ask about Zac Lomax. Just been announced that he's signed for the Western Force and playing for Rugby Union. What's the talk in the rugby league circles?
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm glad that he's got his future sorted out. It would have been, for the last sort of 4 or 5 months, he's been back page news pretty much every other day. So I'm sure he was over it, wanted to get his future sorted out, and now it is, and I think he'll excel at rugby union.
Yeah, he'll go well. He's a big body.
Yeah. He's got great hops, can goal kick as well. So he's got all the fundamentals of a good rugby union player, I think.
It's a difficult transition. You see some amazing league players who you go, look, they're fly halves or they've got all the skills and attributes and their decision-making is so quick in league that they should be able to nail it in union. But the angles, the defence, the attack, the whole thing's quite different in a very subtle way, but enough to make it very hard even for the good players to make it through, I reckon. So they can have all the attributes, whether or not they nail it, who knows?
I just think how good he is in the air. I think that's the thing that probably sets him apart from, in league, he's so dominant. You kick the ball across to him, he scored that many tries doing it. And it's such an integral part of rugby union now, that those midfield kicks, even the crossfield kicks as well. I feel like he's just going to eat all of those up because they don't, I'm from the outside looking in here, but they don't seem to be as drilled as we are in escorts where you sort of blocking, say if you kick, a defender will block the chasers, all that sort of stuff. It seems like they can't do it in rugby.
Yeah, it's against the rules.
Yeah. So he's going to get a lot more one-on-one chances to be able to just go up and beat his man. And we know how high he can jump and how good his hands are. So I think if he's got a good kicker, I think he'll go well.
Right. Joining us now, first week of the AFL, and to explain it, Brownie is joining us.
To explain it?
Well, explain how it went and not explain.
So.
Great introduction, right? Bravo.
How's week one, Brownie?
Week one was good. I think some of the AFL laws and rule changes that they brought in have seemed to work. It was very high scoring. First couple of games, Thursday, Friday night, weren't great. But the game of the round, in fact, could be almost the game of the season, no matter what happens, was the reigning premiers Brisbane versus the Western Bulldogs. That was just a brilliant contest. Doggies came from behind to win, and then we saw a very tactical, low-scoring affair on Sunday night after the Grand Prix between the Saints and the Pies. But a lot of people sort of writing off the Pies in the age of their list, but they still showed that they've got plenty left in the tank just with quality from Dugowie and Pendlebury and Elliott, and some of their stars stepped up.
How good is Nick Dacos?
Well, he's the best player in the competition by a mile. I know that we're always looking for the next best thing, and Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller and some of these other guys are getting talked up a lot. But Nick Dacos has been the best player in the comp for a couple of years, I think. He's 22, turning 23. He's pretty stiff not to already have a Brownlow to his name. So he was the best player in the State of Origin game. He didn't win that award. He keeps getting the Copeland trophies, which is the Collingwood best and fairest. We hold him to such a high standard, but he showed everyone who was boss.
Mate, I've decided to adopt a team now. I've moved over here and I've gone for Collingwood because a couple of reasons. One is they're called the Pies, which is something I enjoy a lot. Yeah, I enjoy a pie, and they seem really popular. Collingwood, is that fair?
Very popular. One of the most popular teams in the competition. They've got 100,000 plus membership base. They're a powerhouse. They upset a few of their members though during the pre-season. They sent out letters to all their members over 50, asking them to change their wills and if they passed away to leave money to the club. And that pissed a few people on their deathbed off, believe it or not.
Rick, are you going to leave your beach?
Leave my what?
Are you going to leave your beach house to Collingwood now if you're a supporter?
No, but I might leave this show to Collingwood, actually.
I don't deserve that, mate. I deserve that.
All of you. Because you're a big Collingwood fan, Lenny, is that fair?
Are you planning on dying soon?
No,
Collingwood. Up the Lions.
Brownie, who impressed you?
What about who's black and who's brown and yellow? Is that Hawthorn?
Yeah, brown and gold. We don't use the term yellow. Brown, the Mighty Hawkers, who are around the mark.
They were always my favourite.
Yeah, they're good. They're a good side. They were a little bit embarrassed on the weekend, beaten by GWS, who are a really, really good side. They had a few injuries, and everyone assumed that Hawthorn would go up there and win, and they got belted actually. So a little bit of work to do for Sam Mitchell, who's a former premiership teammate of mine, very good coach. But I see them sort of finishing from 3rd to 8th. I don't think they're the absolute top echelon of the competition at the moment, but reasonable side.
Who's your pick to win it?
Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah, they were good. They were
really?
polished.
They've been moderate or poor for the first decade that they played. And I was up there for 3 years in their formative years. I'm like the Egyptians that started building the pyramid, like they don't get it too much recognition. But they built this magnificent ornament, that
brick by brick.
Being a makeshift Queenslander for a few years, I used to go up to Brisbane and I couldn't get into any of the nightclubs up there. And so I used to say I was Chris Lynn at the door, and that opened a few.
I try and get in, he goes, "You're already here."
You used to have hair, Lenny.
Yeah, mate. I'd rock up later and they're like, "No, your booth's already full." I'm like, "What the f-?" I walk in and it's Brownie.
Your booth.
Good man. The day.
Good man.
And Brownie, what's life look like for you now?
I just do commentary now, so I do a lot of work in the horse racing industry. And congratulations to you, mate, on winning the Adelaide Cup yesterday.
Thank you.
What a win! And I do a bit of footy as well, a bit of commentary for Channel 7. I've got a podcast as well, which is not as popular as yours, with Jonathan Brown, called, believe it or not, Brownie's Podcast. Geez, we're an original there. And so, yeah, life's busy, but a bit of fun.
And I understand that you were also the captain of the Australian Kabaddi team. What the hell?
Now, that is true. I got a call out of the blue about, it was 2016, right? And a guy called Bruce Cater rang me. I'd never met him before. He used to manage Bogut and Dellavedova and a few of those guys. And he said to me, "How would you like to play for Australia in a sport called Kabaddi?" And I said to him, "Mate, what the fuck's Kabaddi? I've never heard of it." He explained to me what it was, which is a little bit like British Bulldog, 7 aside, a raider goes across and tries to touch the other player and get back. And it's huge in India, isn't it, Lingy?
Yeah, it's massive.
And he said, "Mate, we're going over to India to play in the World Cup in a week's time." And it was early October, late September. And so I was going to miss the Caulfield Guineas and the Caulfield Cup. So I said, no, I'm not going. I didn't want to miss those race days. And then he rang me back 2 days later and he said, "How would you like to be the captain of the Australian Kabaddi team?" Right? And as a kid growing up, I dreamed about captaining my country. I thought it might have been baggy green, something like that. And so I immediately changed my tune and said, "Yes, I'm in." I said, "Have I been voted in by my Kabaddi peers?" He said, "Oh, not exactly." And I said, Has it been ratified by the Australian Kabaddi Board?" And he said, not exactly. I said, well, why am I going to be captain? He said, well, you're the first person that's agreed to come. Can you help me put a team together? So I got it by default, you might say.
Did you win?
We went across and played in the World Cup. Yeah, we played in the World Cup and we got smashed by India. We got absolutely torched by Bangladesh. England beat us in the ashes of Kabaddi. And I thought we'll be better for the experience. In 3 years' time, they'll invite us back for the next World Cup. And we never got invited back. So that was my Kabaddi experience.
Did you get your baggy green out of it?
They didn't even give me a baggy green. I'm still the Australian captain, believe it or not, because we've never played again.
He's never played again.
Current Australian captain. Oh, mate, it's a privilege to have the current Australian captain of the Kabaddi team here at Sportscafe. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Yeah, cheers, fella. Good on you, mate.
All right, mate. Thanks so much, Brownie. That was awesome.
Brownie.
Nah, good stuff,
Appreciate your
guys. Hope
time,
that was all
Brownie.
right.
Cheers,
Cheers,
mate.
fella. Thanks, man.
All right, now one of the big sports events this week has been the World Baseball Classic, and Australia played out of their skin, just missing out on the second round by 1 run in the last innings. But just to give you an idea of what it meant, this is the brother of the starting pitcher against Japan.
You saw the videos, the emotion from you. What brings up that emotion?
There's 3 brothers, and we're all super tight, and I love them all, and seeing my brother succeed today is far better than any success I can feel in my lifetime. So it's pretty special.
Good emotion, eh?
Oh, only brought a tear to my eye.
Beautiful.
Now joining us, how do you pronounce the surname?
Whitefield.
It is Whitefield, yep. I thought it was Whitfield. And
Yeah.
joining us now
That's a
from
tough
the...
one, Rick.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was Whitfield or Whitefield.
Got him.
I mean, how do you struggle with Whitefield? For fuck's sake, Rick. 2 words, white and field, put them together.
Mate, seriously, I
Absolute shambles. So how do you say
I
your
put
last
together
name?
a whole
What do you
page of
think?
research on it,
Whitfield or Whitfield?
and you've only just read it.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, Aaron.
Mackie, you've only just read the research, but you reckon you get that wrong.
Right, joining us now from the Australian baseball team, Aaron Whitefield.
Hey, well done, Rick.
Hey, mate.
Hey, mate.
Yeah,
So,
cut out that bit.
No, just so the others realise what's been going on. The baseball's been amazing this last week or so. You guys have been playing some out of your skin against some of the best players in the world, and just missed qualifying for the next round by 1 run in the 9th innings. Is that right?
Yeah, unfortunately, last night, 1 run costed it.
Who are you playing?
We lost to Korea. We played Korea, and it was between us and them. And if we gave up 7 runs, they went through. It was a 3-way tie between us, Chinese Taipei, and them. And it was like all these different margins. We had to keep them under 7 runs. And then the last inning, they scored that extra one.
Mate, hard luck. Have you played at the Tokyo Dome before?
This would be my probably like 20th time at the Dome. I've been lucky because we played Japan a lot with being in the Asia bracket. It's one of those places that even though 20th time or whatever it is, it still feels unbelievable, especially with the crowd and how into it they get over here.
And Aaron, you played Japan the other night, right? Can you just give the viewers some insight of the comparisons of the salary caps for both teams?
Well, in 2 players alone, Shohei and Yamamoto, their contracts are worth $1 billion. And I couldn't tell you on our team if anyone's close to the $1 million mark. Oh, well, we got Bizana, but a couple mil to 10 billion is to $1 billion is a bit different. But it's just I was lucky enough to play with Shohei at the Angels, and by far the best player I've ever seen. And it's incredible to watch him play. But then they've got also other guys from 1 to 9 that are, in the $20-30 million range as well.
And what stands out from Shohei to the rest? Obviously, what we see on the field, on the TV, but anything at training?
He does all the little things right. I feel like some people, they think when, you make the big leagues, like it's just, you just show up and play. It's the best. Where every time we got to the field, he was he'd get changed and you wouldn't see him till the game starts. He's either in the gym, doing extra hitting, like run, little things that a guy who's that good, you think, oh, he just doesn't have to do it. He does that and more. And that was probably the one thing I took when I was playing with him that separates him from everyone else.
Did you feel the support that this Australian team was getting from back home? And obviously in the stadium, it was amazing. But do you feel that really this has helped sort of just wake people up about how good this team is?
Yeah, definitely. I think, the last couple of years, it's kind of slowly been building. I feel like, with any sport, once you start having a big success, it kind of, people start getting involved. And I think, one run away from, even changing the culture and the side, going to Miami playing against, USA and DR, Dominican Republic would have been another level to do. But the support back home, hundreds of messages, even from mates I went to school with who, haven't seen in a while, but know nothing about baseball. Like, oh man, I flicked it on and saw this and that. It was pretty cool to be able to see.
Aaron, when you are...
I reckon one of the...
Not the lag, Macca.
Delay. Mate, you try and talk every time here, and it's like, yeah. No, I was just going to say, mate, one of the best nights on the piss, surely, is in the back end of Tokyo there in the batting cages with a few Asahis. It's a lovely little culture, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
do you do that, or is it a bit too close to home?
Nah, I do that. We have a couple. We had a couple last night after the game, but we have a couple. Our captain is on the last series, so we tried to give him a bit of a farewell. We were hoping that it was going to be on a flight to Miami to play a game, but have to celebrate the little things, even though it was a sad night.
Aaron, when you're coming up against these sides that are stacked full of MLB talent, what's the mindset like with the Aussie team? He's obviously underdogs. You try and lean into that?
Oh, 100%. To show everyone that, it doesn't matter who's out there. Baseball's a sport where you could have, the best. We beat USA a couple of years ago in one of the tournaments. You go in there, giving it your all. And we have the talent. It's just, matching up on the right night and things going, with baseball, especially having a bit of luck on your side. And that makes a big difference. But we go out there, play hard to win every time, whether it's against Japan or whether it's against, whoever. It's the same game for us. And because I feel like proving a point back home that, we are good at baseball. Everyone thinks of us, just cricket, footy, and that. But we've got some good, obviously we got the number one pick, some guys in the big league. So just trying to make it known, like, hey, we do play baseball and we are, good.
Tayla, I gave you all that research that I've been slaving over for the last 3 days. Is there anything from that research?
Oh, you mean the dot points you got off ChatGPT?
No,
I got it too.
No, I just have a very similar writing style to ChatGPT.
That's what I said to him today as well, Taylor. I go, it looked awfully like ChatGPT.
No,
It's almost like if you copy and paste the run sheet, it'll spit out the exact same information. Yeah.
Was there a question in all the research for you?
I have a question from my own brain, not your notes. So, Aaron, do you have any pre-game meal that you're tied to? Are you superstitious and have to eat the same thing before a match, or you're not really that?
So in Japan, every time I've come to Japan, we have this. So there's a green Fanta drink. Play a pre-season, pre-camp in Fuchu, and I drank it, and I got a hit every time. Man. So then the first two games I didn't have it because I was like, it's not the drink. And then I played Japan, and I was like, you know what? I haven't got a hit. I got to drink it. I got 3 hits that game. So that green fan is my go-to. So I got to try and find a way to supply it into Australia or wherever I'm playing.
Bring that to our shores. I'd love to.
It's unbelievable.
On it.
What drink I missed? I just fell out for a minute there.
Green Fanta, brother. Best in the business.
Oh, green Fanta. No, do you?
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing you give kids at a birthday party and they start really terrorising.
That's it.
Macca, for an awfully big house, you don't have very good Wi-Fi.
Mate, I reckon it's you guys. I reckon it's your end. No, New Zealand, we're wire. We're plugged in. We're cable.
Yeah.
We don't do wireless here.
He's got like 6 mice out the back on the wheel.
We're not that advanced.
All right, Aaron, we better let you go. Appreciate your time and thanks for all the entertainment over the last sort of 10 days or so.
Nah, appreciate you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks,
Thanks, Whitfield.
Cheers, guys.
Good on you, Woody. Yeah.
Hey, seriously, would you guys f*** up?
Mate, ChatGPT, what the was that?
Hey, Rick, give me 2 ticks. I'm just going to sort something. I'll try and stay here, but I'm just going to...
Why don't you go back in the sauna, Macca?
Stay out of the sauna.
It's a good sauna.
Some demons be sweat out there.
Yeah.
I seriously want to know why he's turned the camera off. Like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm just going to sort some stuff out. I need to turn the camera off.
You're right there, Macca.
Yeah.
Dodgy.
Yeah, we just don't want to know, do we?
How are you feeling, Tay? How was Vegas? You got through?
Yeah, it was unreal. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I'm just so.
Was the weather good?
It was like we were told it was gonna be freezing, and it was like bloody 28 degrees every day.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And it's expensive, eh? Like 3 USDs was costing us 30 USD, so like $60.
Yeah, I just hate the tipping system. It's like f*** off.
Honestly, I had this guy press the pedestrian crossing thing for me, then rattle his bucket at me. I said, if he moved, I would have pressed it myself.
Yeah, or if you get like a $100 bottle of wine, or if you get a $300 bottle, they're still doing the same fucking work.
Literally. Yeah, it was, I'm glad to be home. It's just horrible. We brought this flu with us. Like, obviously, have got worse than me, but
yeah.
Traveling with kids, mate.
Yeah, I bet. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it was a lot.
You right? Change your undies? It's frozen.
It's 3G. I mean, New Zealand.
Not, mate. I'm just sitting here, ignoring. I'm not frozen. Big difference.
Just be a pain in the ass.
Honestly.
Yeah, just sitting there waiting for you to say something stupid and then pretending I'm frozen.
You don't need to wait long.
Okay,
it works every time.
Just to wrap up the show, time to look at the sport of social. I've got 3 clips. So let's have a look at the first clip. This is sent to me by Mr. M. Ellis of Auckland.
The sport of social.
Holy That's got to be sped up.
No, that's real.
He can't move that fast.
It's real. He does lots of them.
Mate, he's a martial artist. Like, you wouldn't want to him, would you?
Watch it.
Is that how fast you ate that pie before, Macca?
There he goes.
Oh, mate, the hand is faster than the eye.
It's honestly like he's one of the X-Men.
Start with you, Mark. Give me a score out of 10.
Oh, I send it to you, mate, so I'll give it a 9.
Taylor? He's
I'll
Italian.
give that a 5, but he's given me inspiration for when I hang the clothes next time.
Yeah.
A 5.
That's tough.
Lenny?
That's a 9.5.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a 9. That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm a 9 too. So that's
there you go, Rick.
Yeah.
To see it live, but I don't trust it, eh?
No, it's real.
Taylor, you've got next week's video.
Yeah, I'll bring something better than that.
I've seen your videos.
Yeah. All right. How about this? This is one. This is
the
one.
graveyard one.
How can they see each other in the mirror?
Still haven't worked it out.
One got ripped, so.
Still haven't worked it out. All right, this one is.
I'll just set in a video of me hanging up the clothes next week if that's what's considered a sport.
If you can grab the pegs that fast.
Watch this one. This is another. This is of a high skill factor. This was sent in by myself. Juggling and eating an apple.
That's unbelievable.
That's too healthy for you, Rick. That's a great effort. That's a 10 for me.
Yeah, 10. I'm a 10.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah,
That's
I like
awesome.
his outfit.
It's a good kit.
Yeah, you can't give me anything but 10 with an outfit like that. Beautiful outfit.
Can you bring
Highly
us down to
flammable.
earth? What's your score, Taylor?
Yeah, look, that is pretty impressive. I'll give that an 8.
You're hard to impress, Taylor.
I am today. Yeah, yeah.
She's sick.
Oh, yeah. All right, and then our final...
She's sick. She's hungover. Babies are screaming.
Yeah, it's all happening here.
Yeah, there's a drill.
There's a drill.
Here's our final entry for the Sport of Social this week. This is, for me, you know, we all remember Carl Lewis and Ben Johnson. That this is probably the greatest sprint event I've ever seen. For $50.
Here's the 50.
Ready, set, go.
Oh,
That's so bad, eh?
He's done his heavy.
Still one.
holy shit. The ass cracks out and everything.
Oh. Yeah, I'm going.
I'm not gay. Look at this shirt. Look at that singlet, bro. That's crazy.
This is why, to a certain age, and you just need to stop doing athletic pursuits.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have hurt.
We used to have an analyst.
Not on concrete.
He's not here anymore.
I'm not gay. Look
Yeah,
at
look at
this
the singlet.
shirt.
I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. Yeah, we used to have a data analyst, and every year we'd always play an early one of the first couple rounds in Townsville. Stinking hot up there. Start like end of summer, and we'd always put money into, all the boys would just chip in a bunch of money, and it would be our data analyst versus our strength and conditioner, and we'd give the data analyst like half a lap head start, and they'd do a 400-meter run.
Oh, that's hard.
Mate, it was one of the great things to watch with the boys. Unbelievable. Nah, the S&C got him just. Yeah, just.
What's your score out of 10 for that?
Oh, that's a 10. That's a 10, mate. I love that. No, I was just going to say, back in the day, Laurie Mains, obviously the All Black coach, and we've just had the 1991 reunion down in Dunedin. I missed it, but Laurie came charging in after one end of season piss up, and the boys are out on the Carisbrook on the number one, and John Haggett's holding the tackle bags. And Laurie said, "Hold the bag, Hags, I'm coming through." And he came bolting, and just as he dove for it, Hags moved it away.
Oh.
And Laurie went nose first with his big beak straight to the cricket wicket and broke his nose and knocked himself out and had to get taken to hospital. I wish there were phones back then. You know? Unbelievable, seriously. Laurie Mains, your black captain, nose all over his face, end of year session. Beautiful.
Right, what's your score, Linny?
10.
9.
Likewise, 10. Love
Right,
it.
Taylor, can you bring us down a bit?
No, I actually love that. My favourite thing in the world is watching people fall over. So that's a 10 for me.
I'm going to give it a 7 because it's a little bit too close to home. You know, just sort of can relate to it.
Should we get Rick out front? $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, race the guy with the drill rig.
Who am I going to race?
the guy you just killed.
Do it on grass.
Yeah,
Rick.
the drill guy, he can't run anymore. So, it's just until he gets the drill surgically taken out.
The drill sergeant.
Yeah. All right, another uneventful show. Just another cruisy little show that we just got through. Thanks for joining us. Hope you get better, Taylor. Hope your hip gets better, Macca. Hope your hangover gets better,
Travel well, Taylor.
Linny.
Thank you.
And all the best for the weekend.
I thought you were going to say, and hope your footy gets better.
You said it.
Yeah.
All right, cheers, team.